CTN family, what is going on? Welcome to YouTube. Today, we're going to be talking about how to get a passport. The reason I want to make this call today, all right, no. What is going on, CTN family? It's your boy, the real AE. Today, we're talking about how to get a passport. Plain and simple. Because, let's just be completely transparent, right? There are hundreds of thousands of travel pages and people and travel influencers, and you want to go to Dominican Republic and Thailand and all these places, which is great. Do those things, right? Gotta secure the passport. So down below is the website where you guys can actually schedule an appointment with your local post office to go get a passport. It's very important you get one. And so let me explain some things why a passport is super, super important to get. Now, number one, it's another form of legal ID, right? We have a driver's license, right? A passport is another good way to get an ID. Another thing why it's good to get a passport, just get one. Now, the reason why I say just get one is because you never know when you'll need it. You'll never know when you need it for a job application. Just say, for example, you need two forms of ID. Your passport and your driver's license are perfect examples to get one. And then also number three, you want to travel the world. Well, if you get the opportunity to travel the world, which I hope you do, I definitely want you to go travel the world. Getting a passport is going to be something very, very vital to you to definitely go ahead and just secure one. Now, here's some things you are going to need to know when you're getting the passport. Number one, if it's your first time doing it, on the website down below are going to give you specific instructions on how to do so. Me personally, I would go to the post office. Why? Because at the post office, number one, you're going to find the passport application where you guys can be able to fill it out, write your name, where you live, your social security number, and even have your parents, right, sign it as a legal guardian as well. Like, I've had my passport since, I had my first passport when I was probably 10, 11 years old, right? So if your parents have not gotten one for you and you're over the age of 18, you can now legally go get one by yourself. But you definitely are going to need a driver's license, okay? So the passport, number one, is going to have the application prepared for you there if they have so, right? Definitely look it up on the website. Definitely want to go to your local post office and see that. Number two, schedule an appointment. I would just say definitely getting an appointment set so you can look at someone in the eyes. I know we do a lot of stuff digitally nowadays, but I definitely think it's very vital for you to go meet someone in person and build a quick little relationship with them. Build some rapport. You never know what that person can do for you or any questions you may have about getting a passport. So let's go over the documents. Number one, you need that application. Number two, you're going to need your driver's license, right? That's very important. Number three, you're going to need your birth certificate, okay? You're definitely going to need your birth certificate. Why? Because when you fill out your passport information, right, and you give it to the person at the post office who's going to send it over to the U.S. Department of State, right, they're going to take that birth certificate with them, okay? Your original. So my advice, make multiple copies of your birth certificate, put them away in a safety deposit box, put them in a safe in your house, have a copy of your original birth certificate. But they're going to take it, and they're going to take it and deliver it over to the Department of State via the Postal Service. And then when you get your passport back, you will get your original plus a copy, and then you will also get your passport. So it's very, very important, ladies and gentlemen, please make copies of your birth certificate before you give your original one to the post office, okay? Now, the next piece you definitely are going to need as well, you're going to need roughly $250. Now, why do I say $250? Because when you get to the post office, they're going to be asking you to fill something out called a money order, right? So the U.S. Department of State does not accept cash or card, okay? They accept money orders specifically in their name. Now, so if you don't know where to get a money order, when you go to the post office, you can be able to pay with your card there, and then they're going to ask you to sign an order form or a money order to the Department of State, put your full name, first, middle, and last, and then they're also going to ask you to write your birthday. And so the post office can do everything for you when it comes to filling out that money order. So that money order originally does cost roughly $209.45 exactly. I could be off by a couple dollars or some change, but let's just round it up to $210. Okay, so $210 is going to be needed to get that passport, to get the money order for the U.S. Department of State. Now, where does the extra 30-some dollars come from? Number one, the post office has its own fee. Okay, so if you definitely want the passport to come to you very, very quickly, you're definitely going to need expedited service. That's going to be $35. That means you can get your passport as quickly as to you in 4 to 6 weeks, but I would definitely expect 8 to 10 just because the time period that we are in the world, or whenever you see this video, things can be different, right? But 8 to 10 weeks for your passport to come to your address. Something very, very important. You know, if you are still living with your parents, just get the information delivered to your parents' house. In my personal opinion, it's very, very important just to send it somewhere where it's trustworthy, or when you go to the post office, they may tell you to make sure that the address that you use on where you want your passport to be sent to matches the address that you have in your driver's license, right? So for example, my driver's license doesn't have my home address, but my driver's license has my home address there, but I live in an apartment, right? So I have it delivered to the address that I have on my driver's license, and thank the God, right? My parents live there, so they are trusted individuals to know where my passport's going to be there. Okay, so you guys are definitely going to need that. So let's review what it takes to get a passport. Trust me, family, it's not something hard. I definitely recommend getting you a passport, even if you have no aspiration in traveling outside the country. It's still a good form of ID. I personally recommend just having it because there's going to be days, let's say, God forbid, you lose your driver's license, your passport can definitely support you as a second form of ID before you get, your social security card, and all that kind of, and your birth certificate for other things. Oh, I totally forgot. You're definitely going to need a copy of your social security card, right? That's just a proof of social. So all your information can match up with the Department of State. All right. So I definitely recommend all you guys to go out and get your passport. Let's quickly review the things you're going to need to get a passport. It's very easy. It's very simple. It takes less than 15 minutes if you get everything together. All right. So number one, get your application filled out, right? Down below, the link down below is the website for where you guys can get your passports from. You can guys go down on there, click that link, follow the instructions, schedule yourself an appointment to go to an actual post office in your local area or wherever it is. There's thousands across the country, and a lot of places do passport applications and submissions. So do that. All right, have $250 ready to go on the side just for processing fees and how much things are going to cost for the passport, processing fees, taxes, etc. Make sure you have a copy of your birth certificate printed out, but bring your original to the post office. Remember, bring your original to the post office. That's a very big deal. But make sure you have copies at home or at the bank or wherever you keep things safe. Make sure you have a copy ready to go. All right. Now, bring your driver's license, bring a copy of your social security card, and also as well, I can't believe I forgot this fact. If you go to a CVS or USAA travel agency, go ahead and get passport photos taken, right? Get your passport photo taken. They don't allow you to smile. I don't know why. I love smiling at everything that I do, right? But you definitely are going to need a passport photo. So go to CVS, they're super, super cheap, or Walgreens. Anywhere they take passport photos, get one taken. Make sure you have those pictures ready to go as well. So, birth certificate, the original, $250. Have the application ready to go. Make sure you have passport photos, copy of your social security card. Go to the post office. They'll do everything there when it comes to money orders, when it comes to how much things are done. In my personal opinion, put everything in a manila folder. It's the big yellowish, brownish colored folder. Put everything in there so when you get to the post office, you can just give it to them and they will be able to walk you through the process of making sure everything is all together. If you have questions, it's definitely a good idea to speak to somebody live at the post office. It's been real, family. I love you all. If this video has definitely helped you out to getting a passport, comment down below. CTN the family, CTN the gang, right? Let me know when you get your passports. We definitely want to travel out in the world. It's time to expand. It's time to go out there. And I'll see you guys on the next video. I love you all. This has been CTN, making the complicated simple. Let's go.